Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Have you ever wondered what games you should sell or you should use? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Find out on our top 10 list what games you cannot miss. Don't forget to subscribe to Purge Reviews.
Hi, and welcome to my countdown of the top 100 games on Board Game Geek. Now, this list is often argued about whether it has any meaning or not, but I thought it might be good to go through the top 100 and just give some quick thoughts on it. Maybe tell you if I've played it or haven't played it or what my thoughts were either way and whether I kept it or purged it. I thought this might be a fun list to go through. So today we're going through 70 through 61. So let's go ahead and jump in and talk about these games. Number 70 is Kemet. Now this is an area control game, which is honestly a genre I normally want to like more than I actually like. This has some mythical powers that are going on, and what's really cool about this is that these powers are extremely overpowered. And each player has the ability to go buy these, and hopefully they'll work together in a group setting to try to win, having the most victory points and winning the control that you're trying to do in this game. It's a very, very well-liked game. It's a very, very good game. And the company that put it out also put out Cyclades, which is another fantastic game that we'll talk about later. But this is definitely one, if you're looking for area control, this is the game to start with. Number 69 is Descent. Now, this is the second edition that we're talking about. This is really good. So Descent went from a first edition, which played really long, dungeon crawler, more like an RPG. It's a very different game. The second edition is really more of a race to get your objectives done. It's been implemented again by Imperial Assault, but here we have that classic fantasy setting. Now, the app to this is wonderful. You can play it without somebody playing against you, so now you can play the game really solo if you choose to. And this is excellent. This is the dungeon crawler to go to. If you want to start somewhere and you want to start with the big boys in the real game, the rules aren't really that difficult. I say big boys because it's solid. People like this one. This is a good place to go. And then maybe after here, find the dungeon crawlers that kind of fit your theme. You know, Zombicide's really a dungeon crawler if you want to put it that way. So the dudes on a map moving around racing kind of thing. Maybe try out the Star Wars one, but Descent is the fantasy version that's fantastic. Number 68 is Crokinole. Now this is one of those little dexterity things. I like to watch Survivor. They play a version of Crokinole, I guess, a lot on there. This one you have to be really careful about which board you buy. Now I don't have a set. This isn't a particular type of game that I would play a lot, although I think, you know, it's one of those like, just grab it off the wall and play it. But you want to be careful you get the right board. People can be very particular about this. A few years ago, somebody put out a board and it was a big hoo-ha. So just be careful on what board you're buying. There's probably some good recommendations on the Geek. But Crokinole is a little dexterity game that literally anyone can play. Number 67 is the Gallierist. Now this, you're playing with power, guys. You're playing with the big boys. Gallierist is a deep Euro game. What's particularly neat about it is that you get to put your workers out, but then if somebody else takes that spot, you get to do like another little minor thing with that. So you need to be doing those minor things. So sometimes you're taking a point, well, I want to go here, but I don't think anybody else is going to go there. So maybe I'll go here instead and do something I just kind of want to do because I want to be able to activate it again on that special little minor power. So very cool game. It's very deep. This designer is very well known for putting out deep games. One of the best designers, hottest designers going right now. And I got to be honest, Gallierist is a good game, but be honest, you're jumping off the deep end. This one I love to death. Number 66 is Santorini. This is a game I almost kickstarted. I didn't. I was like, I'm kickstarting too much. It's an abstract. Stop somewhere, and then this game blows up and everybody loves it. I was at Toys R Us Christmas shopping for my children. It's a couple days ago. My wife saw it. She's like, this looks interesting. And I'm like, yes, that's the game I almost bought and I didn't. It's haunted me forever. But Santorini is a really fun abstract game. It really puts a theme on it. It gives those god powers. Some of the expansions that it comes with really brings it to life. Santorini is one that has just gone over very well. Very simple to play. Very beautiful to watch. But it's an abstract game, so know where it goes from there. Number 65, the granddaddy of cooperative games. Yes, it probably wasn't the first, I know that, but it is the cooperative game. And it may have even become one of the gateway games. Probably with Ticket to Ride and Catan and Monopoly and stuff like this. This has become a gateway game. You can buy this at Target. You can buy this at bookstores. There's so many versions. There's a legacy version. But Pandemic is the one that started it all. There's plenty of expansions that come with it. You probably want to make sure you search out the new version. That way the expansions can match. But it is a very good cooperative game. Lots of tension. Sometimes it can be a little bit too easy and a little bit too hard depending on the way the cards come out. But it's a fantastic game. Number 64 is Tois. I don't believe I've played this one. I've heard a lot about it. Honestly, the look of it is just kind of off-putting to me. I don't like the art style of it. That's not why I haven't played it. It's just there's so many games to play trying to get all these to the table. But this is one that's rated really high that I need to play sometime. It's stayed on my list for a long time of needing to play. Honestly, the look kind of turns me off a little bit. The theme isn't really my thing, but I need to get this one to the table. Number 63, Tigris and Euphrates. This used to be the number one game of all time. Now it's down to 63. It recently had a new reprint, a very beautiful version of it. This game is tough. I mean, for a lot of people who struggle with some of the rules, although now it's just kind of like a little abstract game. But back then, the internal disputes and the external was kind of hard. I heard they kind of cleaned some of that up. But it is a cutthroat game. This one is for real, people. And this is probably Dr. Rainer Knizia's game. This is the one he's probably most well known for, or his greatest design would be Tigris and Euphrates. This is one, if you haven't checked out, check this one out. This one's a special place in board gaming history, if you ask me. Number 62 is Trajan. This is what I also haven't played. It's been sitting on my shelf for a long time. It's got the Mancala. I think this is a game I really, really like. Everybody I've talked to says it's fantastic. It just continues to miss the table for me, and no reason. I need to get this one to the table. It's definitely on my list to try. Number 61 is Dominion. Now, although I love deck builders, this was never one I really cared for that much. The theme was just too pasted on. It was too bland. Even though I was highly into the board gaming hobby when this was released, it wasn't really one that pulled me in very much. It wasn't until maybe Marvel Legendary that I started being, wow, I really like deck builders. I remember playing Dominion and saying I really liked a deck builder. I just don't like what this game does. It just didn't pull me in. It was like when the interesting thing about this game is when you stop collecting cards and kind of turn it into victory points, it just didn't interest me very much. But it's widely popular, has a lot of expansions, and I guess it's the granddaddy of deck building, right? So Dominion, while many, many people love it, isn't a very favorite of mine. I definitely would purge this game. So thanks for watching my trip through those 10 games. I hope some of that would give you just a general idea if I liked it or not, or at least start some conversation about it. I hope you like this series and stick with it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing games.